Welcome back to Carpy's Koi, part 2. I ordered a cover for over the pond, just the one off to shade it from the cold. As you know, nothing goes right for me. Searched everywhere the other day for it, couldn't find it. Got fed up of looking, ordered another one. Just been and got me waders out the cupboard. So I got that one and another one on the way. Plans for today. As you know, I took that pump apart. Can't stop it leaking and I can't get it to run right. So what I'm going to do today is take that off. I've got my grandson Blaine with me to help me out. Take that off, put it in a bucket of water to see if it's working. If it's working, then I've got to put it all back together and seal it up. Then, in this weather, I've got to get back in there, take that retro bottom drain off, stick a pump on the pipe, blow the water all the way back up the pipe into the filter system through the pump till it's full, turn the valve off before the pump, and hopefully then put that retro bottom drain back on that pipe while it's underwater. I might do it in my mankini. Lol. Okay then, the plan is, your grandson's just gone. I'll flick you round. Let somebody turn up. Now it's the wrong time of the year. We've thinned quite a few fish out. He's took about 10 in total. So what my plans are now is I've got to lift that up. I want to try and lift that up onto there. I've got a pump there set up which is 3,500 I think it is. So I'm going to try and rig that up on the pipe out the water. Grandson's coming round tomorrow to help me. Then I'm going to get back in the pond with a pump, run the water up the pipe through the pump. Then obviously while that's underwater I've got to take the pipe off the pump and put it back on that retro bottom drain. So the other thing we've got to do is I am thinking of disconnecting this if we get a sign of too bad a frost, because I don't trust that green filter at all. So what I'm just about to do now, I don't know whether you can see it with the reflection, my pump's down the bottom. I'm going to lift that up. I'm going to put that just underneath the bridge on the shelf, because quite a few years back when I had a cottony koi filter, the big multi-buy black filters, we had a frost over the night. The filter froze that bad it all overflowed and the pond was completely empty, apart from the depth of the pump like that. All my big fish was lying like that, and believe it or not, I never lost a fish. We had to get the hose pipe in and fill it with hose pipes. And the other thing tomorrow is I'm going to try and pour them white covers over here, just to try and shelter it from the cold, because I don't know what it is. My pond now is a foot deeper when I first originally built it. I'll just show you the side. You can see the plant pot there. Originally my pond was level to that slab, that slate. So to get my pond level, that's how far out I was, a foot. So this pond's a foot deeper, and yet the fisherman's spook now, because obviously I've catch some fish out. So it's a foot deeper, and I can't understand why they're moving about now, but I've had quite a few of them just lying flat on the bottom because of the cold, and it shouldn't be really that cold. I know I'm having a little bit of a frost, but all the years I've had this pond I've never had a problem with the fish like that. And I know early the year people were saying it was down to sleeping sickness. I don't believe that at all. But they're moving about a little bit now. So I'm just going to get that retro bottom drain out and lift that pump up. I don't know whether you can see that now. I ain't just about met the collar out. Just under there, it's on the shelf. Good foot below that. So if I do have a problem with it freezing, hopefully. Look, I've emptied the pool. I've just got my little netting from where that pump was. Don't look a lot. Look at the crap that was round by there. And then what we call helicopter seeds there, an absolute nightmare. How on earth I get under here is beyond me. Because I've got all that mesh all over the roof. I think I've said before in a previous video, I'm thinking of blocking that off. Because this house now is being turned into an home for naughty kids. And the neighbours had before, I found cars, threw in my pool, thinking it was Mason. It ended up being the kids next door. So I'm thinking of building another frame. A post there behind the hole. A post, move that post further back. And then a post on that concrete there. And even though there's a fence there, I'm going to put wooden panels in front of it. So the post and behind it. And I'm thinking of getting polycarb. I know somebody named Paul who's selling some, so I'm going to see if we can hang on to them for me. And put polycarb on the top. Just to stop them throwing anything over and shelter the filter. The only thing is, I'm really tight with that gap there. And I don't know whether I'll be able to get away with using that green filter if I block that in. Which would be a shame if I can't, because that's been good really for it is. Just means me having to disassemble all that, but I was thinking of making like a little riverbed I suppose, just putting all the plants there with a bit of pond liner in it and getting rid of that actual piece there. I don't know what to do because it's just a pain having to keep taking it apart every winter. And this year I've never got that running. I've just got the plants grabbing quite nice there now, just starting to spread. Shame to disturb them. I mean, but the other thing is, I'm just worried about that connection there freezing. It's hard brittle plastic. So I'm just worried. People say just wrap it up in bubble wrap. You can, but it's a mess. It is a bit of a mess. It's one way round it, I suppose. But like I say, if I can get this retro bottom drain back up and running, I should just leave the shallow end on. That's running off that float switch over there. I'm going to put an air stone, tie an air stone to that to stop that freezing up. Like I said before, I've seen them where them are froze and you switch it out, turn off obviously if your water drops. And I'm going to just disconnect the tape off that pipe now and connect it to my pump. And then when the grandson comes tomorrow, get in the pond and get that working. Right, so disconnected the pump, got it in a bit of water there. Just going to turn it on and just see if the pump's working. You've seen that before. So I'm going to boy with that. I'm just going to just trip it on, might as well, haven't I? So there you go, at least you know that is only on 20% pressure. At least you know the pump's working. So now what I've got to do now is try and get it sealed back under the filter and get in the pond and flush the water through. Well, thankfully the pump ain't knackered. That's just 12 months old, 200 quid. So it looks like I'm getting my mankini on. 2 hours later, believe it or not, and I've still got a leak. But I'm just going to have to leave it as it is. It's just this brown fitting here that's just got a slight drip. So what I've got to do now is I've set this pump up, hopefully get that pipe, take the retro bottom drain off, put that pipe in, flow the water through, take the pump back off there and put the retro bottom drain back in, and that's going to be freezing cold. What I've got to try and do now, that's the diameter of the pipe on the retro bottom drain. That's the top of the pipe that comes off the pump, and it's a little bit too big. Now just in case I get problems with this again, what I'm going to do is put some of that gaffer tape round, not a lot, just a little bit, and then we've got some amalgam tape that I'm going to wrap round on top of that. It's only going to need one wrap, just enough to put it in there, tighten it up, because I might have to use it again so I can leave this fitting on the pump permanently. The only downside is I've got to screw that on the pump and try and push that in there. I was going to try and fit that on first, but if I fit that on first, then I'm going to be able to turn that on the pump. So I'm just going to tape it up. So I decided to do away with the amalgam tape, simply because that is the right width and the depth that I needed to go in. So if I put amalgam tape on that now, it ain't wide enough, so it's going to be double overlapping, which is going to make it hard to get in. That's just the right just the right size that is now, just to go in there, nice tight fit, and then I can leave that, keep that out, and if I need to do it again, hopefully not, I've got that fitting then. Okay then, so I'm on another day. I'm on my own this morning. Mason's at college, so show you that car. The weight just froze over. So the plan today is put that pump onto the end of that pipe there, turn it on, backflow it so as it fills the pump and the filter, turn the valve off to stop the water flowing back. Then I've got to get in that water, remove that pump while it's underwater, and then put the retro bottom drain back on while it's underwater. And I am looking forward to that at all. As you can see, the fish ain't moving a fat lot. It's that cold. I've got the pump on, just got to allow that in the water. A bit awkward, more awkward than what I thought, because the airline stuck to the, and the pipe's rather stiff. I don't know if you can actually see that. So now I'm going to turn that on now, and I'm looking forward to this because this water temperature is just 1.3. That's all it is. And I am looking forward to getting my hands in that. So I'll get the pump turned on and show you what I'm trying to achieve, if I achieve it at all. A little bit of fish there off the pump, and hopefully that should be filling. Open that valve now. There you go. Now hopefully the idea of that is, obviously, it's filled that pipe now. Fill the pipe, fill the valve, and fill the pump that direction. Why on earth it don't work when the water goes down that way and that way is beyond me. I'll get an airlock. So I'm hoping now that that will stop the airlock and that ain't a bad flow at all. So I'm just going to get the water just above that level, close the valve off to hold the water in, then get in the pond and take the pump off and swap it over to the retro bottom drain. Like I say, I'm not looking forward to that at all. And I've had the air stone running in the outer ring for the last, well, it's Wednesday today, so it's been 5 days, 6 days. I had bad flow for 3,500 litres, I suppose. So what I'm thinking of doing is, I've got the piping, the centre there, I think I'm going to remove that and get the outer ring up the same level. What I'll do is I'll fill this up and I'll try and bring it back. Just get my waders on ready. I want to get in and get out as fast as I can. I'm back again. You can see it's filling up. What I'm thinking of now is turning my variable pump back on. It's only on 20%, 26%. And just to see if that's actually flowing, pulling through. So I'm just going to turn the pump on outside now, because that pump now should be running. So I'm just going to flick this pump off and see if I've still got the flow in the filter, and there you go. So now all I've got to do now is turn this off, turn the valve off. So close that valve to stop the flow, turn off the verdi pump. Now that shouldn't flow back now. Now I've got to get in the pool now, take that pump off and stick the retro bottom drain back on. I'll see if I can set a tripod up and film it, but I'm not sure I can do it, so I'll catch you back in a bit. Okay, so I've got my trusty waders on. I've got my ratchet ready. And ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be very, very cold. So what I need to do is remove the pump underwater and then try and get the pipe on the retro bottom drain while that's underwater as well. Oh my god, that's cold. Whoa. I haven't got the Jubilee clip off yet. Oh dear, I'll get the ratchet to work properly. Oh no, I've lost the socket now. Oh dear. Oh, I've got the socket. There, it's cold. Now with the fishing line on the bottom. I've got my socket back. Oh dear. Here we go. Pumps off. Get on, baby. Dear. The pipe's gone so hard. Oh dear. That is absolutely freezing. Oh, it takes a deep cut now. And the problem we've got now, it's floating. And the air bubbles, yeah. Let the air bubbles come out, how come it sink. what's happened is the pipe's gone stiff, it's formed its shape, and then once you put the pipe back on, it's not in the shape that way, so it's lifting the, trying to show you on, yeah, it's lifting the retro bottom round, so like that. Too cold to stay in here, so myself a bit of clean rag just for a dry rag. Things you do for your koi. Now I'm just going to go back into the filter house now, turn it on, see what happens. The moment of truth. Turn that on. I can hear the water flushing through. Open the valve. Oops. That's what I do want to hear. That's what I do want to hear. So unfortunately that ain't worked. So I'll block that off. Turn the pump back off. That's really what I want to hear. Oh dear. So I'll try and turn the pump on, turn it up. 50%. Sorry about the camera here, folks. No. Off, back on. Well, there you go. Thankfully it's all up and running. Trying to get it to its proper flow there. There you go, back into the pool. Yeah, ain't too bothered about it not being level at the bottom at the moment. I'll just pop out, I'll leave it at 50%. That's got a nice flow. I've got a tiny little leak on the pump, but hopefully that will seal itself. Oh. The alternative was just to leave that pump on, because the other pump was drawing it through that anyway, so now that you can see that's just still bubbling slightly. Fishing up and swimming about, having a look. What I'm going to do while I've got my waders on, to get back in there, put a couple of more cable ties around the airline while I've got my waders on. Not as I want to do, but so there you go, folks. Things you do for your koi. So I'm there, I'm able to. I'm going to leave that running for a few days because we've got frosts all this week. Leave it running for a few days, then I'm going to disconnect that one, stop that one freezing up in case it drops any lower. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thanks for coming back to watch part 2, because you know I get stressed, and you know yourselves, if you do it on your own, it's hard work on your own. And big thanks to my grandson Blaine. Couldn't do without your son, thank you. And don't forget, folks, if you enjoyed it, share the video, subscribe if you are already, and don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, to polish our thumb. You know you want to. Until next time, thanks for watching. Kobe's Koi, Chatting Bubbles.